welcome to the lecture series on digital communication. In the previous lecture, I have covered QPSK generation and detection, and also I taught how to calculate average probability of symbol error. Today, I am going to cover the operation of the M-array PSK and M-array QAM. After learning these two topics, the students will understand that proper utilization of phase during detection, how the proper utilization of phase helps to improve the noise performance of the system. What is first of all what is M-array modulation means, I am going to tell you. Then what are the different types of M-array modulation techniques. In M-array modulation, the digital data is sent by varying both the envelope and phase of an RF carrier, means amplitude and phase. By varying both amplitude and phase of a carrier signal, will be able to transmit the information. These modulation techniques map baseband data into 4 or more possible RF carrier signals. Hence, these modulation techniques are called M-array modulation. It means M-array modulation technique is basically designed for M greater than 2. M stands for number of message signals. M stands for number of message signals. As I already told that in case of BPSK, that is a binary phase shift keying, only one of two possible signals will be sent during each bit interval TB. That is, either symbol 0 will be sent or symbol 1 will be sent by using two signals S1 of t and S2 of t. In M-array data transmission, here only one message signal will be sent during each signaling interval TB. But in M array system, the value of M will be greater than 2. It may be 4, it may be 8, it may be 16. Okay, it is usually 2 to the power n. So if I say M equal to 4, it means if I take n equal to 2, it is going to become M is going to become 4. If I take n equal to 3, it is going to become what 8. And also the symbol interval, the signal interval is going to become t equal to integer multiple of n, integer multiple of n, where n is an integer. So each of the M signals here is called a symbol. That means in case of M array, if I take M equal to 4, that means in one symbol interval TB, we are transmitting 2 bits at a time. Okay, so that is basically nothing but called as a M signal. M signal. These signals are generated by changing the amplitude or phase or frequency, or it may be a combination of this. By that we are generating 4 M distinct message signals, where each and every signal will carry different information. So in M-array signaling scheme, basically the group of 2 or more bits will be made. Okay, and these 2 or more bits is basically these 2 or more bits information is carried by M possible signals. Suppose if I have M equal to 4, then I will be having 4 signals which is written as S1 of t, comma S2 of t, dot 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 S4 of t. So this S1 of t will carry 2 bit of information during a signal interval TB. So it may carry the information 00. Like that way, S2 of t may carry the 01 information, or maybe S4 of t is going to carry the bits 11 during the symbol interval TP. Okay, if I take m equal to 8, then there will be a combination of 3 bits. In that case, I'll be having 8 signals, that is 8 message signals, like starting from S1 of t to S8 of t, where S1 of t may carry or may represent the binary bits 000. Like that way, S8 of t may represent the binary bits 111. This is how one of these 8 message signal will be sent during a symbol interval TP. That means we are sending 3 bits in case of, if I take the example of m equal to 8. If I take the example of m equal to 8. The same thing I written here, that is 2, 4, 8, 16. It is basically 2 to the power n equal to m. So if n equal to 1, n equal to 1, in that case m value will be 2. In that case, the symbols here, there will be either symbol 1 will be there or 0 will be there. So in case of binary BPSK, during the symbol interval TP, we are transmitting 0 by making use of, means 2 message signals we are going to use. So one message signal will represent symbol 0, the other message signal going to represent the symbol 1. This way, if I take the case of n equal to 3, there will be 8 message signals. Okay, so maybe S1 of t going to represent the bits 000. Like that way, S2 of t may going to represent the bits 001. This way, the 8 message signals are representing a particular group of input bits, and these they will carry the particular information. They are going to carry the particular information. Okay, so what happens in M array PSK then? What is M array PSK? As I have told that basically here this particular digital modulation technique, which is a coherent digital modulation technique, which makes use of a phase during the detection time to improve the performance to improve the noise performance of the system. It means what? In M array PSK, a distinct phases are used to carry the information. Like here, theta is given by 2 into I minus 1 into pi divided by m, where if you change the value of I from 1 to m, suppose if you take the case of m equal to 4, then in that case there will be 4 distinct phases will be there. It may be like, for example, I equal to 1, if you put it, you will get 2 pi by m means 4, so 2 pi by m means pi by 2. Since the second case will be, if I put theta, if I put I equal to 2, I will get the next phase will be 3 pi by 2. Then if I put I equal to 3, then I will get 5 pi by 4. Okay, so first will be pi by 4, second will be 3 pi by 4, third will be 5 pi by 4. Like that way, for I equal to 4, I will get theta equal to 7 pi by 4. So by making use of these 4 distinct phases, the 4 message signals are carrying the information. They may be representing the bits, let's say 00, 01, 10 and 11. Basically, the baseband signal, the modulated, we can say, the band pass signal. Every signal which is get modulated is going to become a band pass signal. So this band pass signal or the modulated signal in case of M array PSK can be expressed by this particular equation. It is SI of t equal to square root of 2 EB by TB cos of 2 pi FCT plus 2 pi by m into bracket I minus 1 bracket complete and whole bracket complete, where t takes the value from 0 to TB. So TB stands for symbol period or beat interval. I takes value from 1 to n. Okay, 1 to n. Here I take an example of the PPSK. One example of, you can say, another PSK is n equal to 4, where the first one phases each other will be 5 by 4, 3 5 by 4, 5. So the 4 message points in the signal translation diagram, that is the signal space. So basically So these four message points will lie at a distance of pi by 4. The first message point is with respect to this is lying on the circle at pi by 4. Second message point at 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, so on. So the separation between each and every message point in this case is pi by 2. Each and every message point is pi by 2 apart. How I got that value? You take theta equal to 2 pi by n. In that put n equal to 4. You come to know that each and every message point is pi by 2 apart. This is how the four message points will get placed on the circle. If I take case of n equal to 8, in that case the 8 message points will lie on the circle. And the separation between two message points is pi by 4. How about the pi by 4? Theta equal to 2 pi by 8. Put the value of n equal to 8. You come to know that the separation between two message points will be pi by 4. This is how the 8 message points will be placed on the circle at a equal distances, and the separation between each and every message point is pi by 4, pi by 4, pi by 4. So here you can notice that all the message points are lying on the circle. And the concentric, they are forming a concentric circle. What it indicates that they are at equal distance from the origin. All the message points are at equal distance from the origin, and they have a equal amplitude. They have a equal amplitude. In the previous case of n equal to 4, there are four message points are there. So the decision boundary, decision region for these particular message points in this is one decision boundary, this is another decision boundary. So the decision boundary for this particular message point will be this one. The decision boundary for this message point will be this one. The decision boundary for this message point is this one. So here the decision boundaries are wider. But when we come to, if you take the case of n equal to 8, you can see that the decision boundary for this particular message is only this one. The decision boundary for this particular message point will be only this one. That means as the number of message signals goes on increasing, or as n increases, then the decision boundary area or decision boundary region goes on decreasing. What is the impact of this is that the impact of this will be whenever suppose I have sent the message signal S1 of t, which is representing the bits 0, 0, 0. So at the receiver it should be get detected as 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. But what will happen as the decision regions have become very small, there are chances that the message point, the signal, the message point M1, which is 0, 0, 0, which is carried by the signal S1 of t, may fall in the region of this message point 2, or it may fall in the region of message point A. So if it falls in the other region, then it is an error. So the probability of falling in the other region always high in case whenever the decision boundary area is smaller. So in case of M array PSK, as you increase the number of message points, the decision region area goes on decreasing, and therefore the probability of symbol error, the probability of finding a correct symbol in other regions goes on increasing, and therefore you can say that the probability of symbol error also increases. To overcome this, what we can do is that we can go for a technique called quadrature amplitude modulation. Go for a technique called quadrature amplitude modulation. In quadrature amplitude modulation, this quadrature amplitude modulation is basically a hybrid modulation technique in which the carrier undergoes amplitude modulation as well as the phase modulation. That's what is called as a hybrid modulation. Let's take the example of you can say n equal to 16. The signal transfer diagram of n array plan for n equal to 16. In this case, the all 16 points will lie in the signal diagram, in the signal space like this. Where if you join these message points, it is going to form a circle. If you join these message points, then it's also going to form a circle. So the amplitude of this message point with respect to this origin, amplitude of this message point with respect to this origin will be this much. So these four message points, they have equal amplitude. Suppose if you take a case of if you see in case of NRAPS, if all 16 points will lie on the circle, they on the concentric circle, and all the message points will be having the equal amplitude. They are placed at equal distances. So the, because of this, the vision boundary area becomes very small, and the probability of symbol error goes on increasing. So instead of what we can do is some of the message points, some of the message like here, these four message points. Okay, some of you can what you can do is you can drag some of these message points from this particular place. Means whatever constraint is there on the NRA PSK tag, they have equal amplitude. Just remove that constraint. Means some of the message points, for some of the message points, you increase the amplitude level and also change the phase. Also change the phase. Like that way here, these four message points have equal amplitude. These 8 message points have the equal amplitude. But as compared to these 4 message points, the amplitude of these 8 message points is higher. This way, so what we are doing is we are doing the amplitude modulation of some of the message points. Means we are increasing the amplitude level of some of the message points. And if you compare the phases of this also, if you compare the phase of this particular message point, okay, if you compare the so if you compare the